Dan Perry here with another digital electronics tutorial for Dan on Tech. In this video we'll look at breadboards. As we get ready to start actually building some circuits and learning how to do the electronic circuits, one of the tools that we're going to use to build the circuits for testing is called a breadboard. And here's a couple of close-up pictures of a breadboard. We're seeing basically the bottom half. And this is about half of it in each case. It's zoomed in, so we're just seeing part of the breadboard. And as we look at this breadboard, the top half basically mirrors the bottom. And here we see, again, a closer view. Now, we see at the bottom of the breadboard some horizontal rows of holes or pinholes. These horizontal rows are where we're going to typically connect our ground and our source voltage, and there's a mirrored set on the top, so there's also a set on the top. Now, those two rows that are on the bottom and the two at the top, each row is all of them are connected together, so this group of holes all the way across are connected together. Now, in some breadboards, in the longer ones, halfway across it splits, and it's half and half, but at least what we're seeing here, these whole rows are connected together. And then vertically, each of these 5 holes vertically in each of these columns are connected. So we've got columns connected. Now, this row is not connected to this row, so these two rows are not connected together, and neither of these rows are connected anywhere to these columns. The columns vertically are connected together, but there's no horizontal connection. So when we start using our breadboard, we're going to take that vertical connections to connect wires together. We'll at some points run wires either to our source voltage, which is usually the plus, connected to the plus, or our ground to the minus. Now, I'm going to drag over a piece of a breadboard where I actually have some things on it. And here's a close-up, and this was the top part. And once again, if we look at the top part, these horizontal rows here are all connected together, and then this horizontal row's all connected together. These vertical rows, and you can see these over here on the side. In this particular breadboard, we've got some letters on down. It would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, up through I, and then we've got 1, 5. And what these numbers are just to help us when we're figuring out where to put our wires, where we're at, because when you start wiring these up, it's sometimes hard to line up and figure where you're at. And these numbers and letters, their only purpose is to help us line things up. What we can see here is I've got a chip inserted into the breadboard, and that chip is connected, the different pins, and we'll see another video on these chips. This pin or electrical connection on this chip connects to this row or column, this one to this column. Up here, this lead connects up through this column, and since all these are interconnected on this column, this lead is connected to this wire, which I've got then going over to the positive. So if I had the positive side of my source voltage, my battery, connected here, then it would give me an electrical connection through this trace, through the wire, and then to this pin on the chip. So we're going to be, over the next several videos, we're going to be looking at some of these pieces, parts, and then we're going to do some simple circuits. We're going to start out with the series and parallel circuits we did with a resistor, and then we'll move into building circuits with the different chips. Thank you for watching this Dan on Tech video. Please subscribe to this playlist so you don't miss future videos. And please check out and subscribe to our other playlists on the Dan on Tech channel.